YouTube channel. My name is Tafato for those of you guys that don't know. And today's video, I don't know what the title is yet, but today's video is kind of like a back to school things that you should be doing and the so on and so forth. You guys have already read the title obviously because you clicked on the video. But anyways, if you're in high school and you guys are going back to school, I hope you guys are hyped to go back to school. I know you guys are probably sitting watching this video being like, girl, shut up, you're making noise. But I have a piece of paper here that I've written stuff on, and like I have 6 points. Maybe I'll find more along the way as I speak. But yes, anyways, so the first points that I have here, guys, I know like we all do this at the beginning of the year and we're like, yeah, new year, new me, whatever, cool, buy nice textbook, buy nice pens, what else, highlighters and all of that nonsense. But like, let's be realistic. Buying highlighters and nice books and nice pens and like taking pretty notes isn't gonna make you pass. So let's get into some realistic tips and whatever not and whatnot. So like the first thing that I have is where you sit in class matters. I know we all want to sit next to our friends and I know we all want to be, you know, where the vibes are at, but the one thing that helped me actually like pay attention during class and like at the beginning of the term, it's really easy to pay attention because at the beginning of the term you're still fresh, whatever, cool. Even if you sit at the back, you're like, nah fam, I'll be fine. 2 months into the term, if you're sitting at the back, that's when things starts. You start using your phone in class. I used to do this thing, well, I'm sure like like I'm sure we all do, where like you open your laptop like this and then you'll put your phone here and you'll be using your phone, but then it looks like you're taking notes. But like that only works if you're sitting at the back of the class. So that's what I used to do until like I realized, girl, no, let's be serious. So yeah, that's the first thing. I'd suggest, I'm not saying don't sit with your friends, but like if you know that your friends distract you during class, it's perfectly fine. You guys can be friends during break time. You guys have tea and you guys have lunch and you guys have after school and you guys have like at home when you're on your phones together, the weekends together. It's literally a couple of hours a day where you won't be sitting next to them. And I guess if you guys are trying to be good influences to each other, you should speak to each other and be like, nah fam, let's not sit next to each other. And like, don't take it personally if your friend comes up to you and they're like, I don't want to sit next to you. It's not about you, it's just about them and their goals and like what they're trying to achieve for the next year. Anyways, so yeah, sit close to the front. Sitting at the front really does help. First of all, it's hard to not pay attention because like when the teacher makes eye contact, the teacher's most likely going to make eye contact with the people in front. Secondly, whenever like the skellums and like, you know, when you're sitting in front and you hear like chitter chatter and laughing at the back and what, you can't be part of it because you're sitting at the front. It's behind you. What are you doing? Turning around on some yeah. So yeah, it just helps you like stay focused and like pay attention. Also, it makes you look like that girl. If you really are trying to be an academic and your aura is trying to, you know, scream academic vibes, you have your life put together, sitting at the front, honestly, all the top students sat at the front. Like, I'm sure we all know this. Like, all the top students would be the ones sitting at the front. At the back, yeah, a lot would be going on that side. But yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is sleep. I sound like such a hypocrite right now saying this because I'm like, everyone that knows me, if they're watching this video, is probably like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But yeah, I mean, the reason why I didn't sleep is because I was always working and like I'd wake up at crazy hours of the night, like 1 a.m, 2 a.m, start working. Like that's why I didn't sleep. But when I say sleep, I mean social media, TikTok, Instagram, just scrolling. The night goes by and you realize that, oh my word, it's 5 a.m, I have to get up and I haven't slept. Don't do that because when you get to school, and first of all, you're moody when you get to school, which is not nice for your friends to deal with, first of all. Secondly, you just can't wait for the day to be over. And the funny thing is, as soon as you get back to like boarding or as soon as you get back home, you're not going to sleep because it's not like you were tired. You just didn't have enough energy for the day. So you're still going to be on your phone the next night and then it's just going to be like a repeated process. But so don't do that. I'm not saying don't study. 100% I think you should study. This is toxic advice from me. If it means waking up at 2 a.m to study every day, I would do it if I were you. Only because I did, but yeah. So sleep is important. I know you guys are getting back to school now. What I used to do is like 3 days before getting back to school, I'd like start a routine. So like every night I'd go to bed at 7. I know 7 seems really early. But the only reason why I would go to bed at 7 o'clock is because if you go to bed at 7, chances are you're going to wake up really early. So you wake up at like 3 or 4 a.m. So the next day you're going to be really tired because like you've been awake for a long time. So it's going to force you to go to bed early again. And then it just keeps the cycle going, because like when school starts, you have to wake up at 5 o'clock. There's no like, I mean, I guess it depends what time you have to wake up, but like 5 a.m. it was for me every day. Third thing is taking notes during class. I don't know. So I know there's like this thing where like people, if the teacher's talking, they sit and they just stay on their laptop going making noise for the entire class, or like just scribbling everything that the teacher's saying. That is not going to help you, because first of all, you're not listening to what's actually being said. You're just paying attention on like writing and making your notes. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. What I mean is, the teacher will speak. So say for example, I'm the teacher will be like, today we are learning about how beautiful Tafazo is. And she'll start speaking and she'll be like, so Tafazo, da 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 da, and then she'll stop speaking for a second. When the teacher stops speaking for a second for like a little breather, or like, I don't know, like little interactive moment, take out your laptop and now like write bullet points, like a summary of what you've heard. Because that's gonna help you like actually remember what's being said. But it also forces you to listen, because like in order for you to write down those summaries, you have to have listened to what was said. But if you're just going typing everything that they say, it's not going to work out for you. Also, at the very beginning of the year, you need to decide whether you're going to be a handwritten notes type person, or whether you're going to type out all of your notes. I can't really give advice as to which one is better yet, because that's also like a current changing thing for me. But you don't want to be like at exam season, now you're like, ish, some of my notes are on the laptop, some of my notes are handwritten, let me type out all my handwritten notes, or let me, don't do that. Just beginning, like maybe take 2 weeks to get into it, and then decide like what actually works for you. Third thing is time management. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. I know you guys are probably at this part of the video being like, I skip next. Listen to me. I hope you're listening. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? Time management is so important. Your time management, like you have to be able to manage your time. And here's one thing that I've noticed. A lot of people think that the reason why their schedules fall apart is because they have bad time management skills. That's not the problem. Or they think that they didn't like actually manage their time to begin with, or create a schedule. That's not the problem. The problem is not knowing yourself well enough to set a specific time to do a task. Like, let me explain. So if you know that you have maths homework to do, and like in your study timetable, you say you're supposed to do maths from 6 till 7 p.m. But then like when you're actually doing your maths homework, you know that it takes you an hour and a half to do your homework. You've only budgeted an hour to do it, and an hour and a half is how long it's going to take you. So obviously every single day your schedule is going to be falling off track, because now like you're in an hour, you're done, you pack your books away, but then tomorrow you have to do homework again, but you still have to finish the day before's homework, and So if there's something you should really work on, is first of all being realistic with yourself as to like how long tasks take you. Like for me, it takes me so long to, like, if I had a project to do, or like, I don't know, a report to write out, or something, I wouldn't like budget like 5 hours or 3 hours like the other girlies were doing. I would literally budget the entire Saturday to do it, and then be like, okay, cool, Saturday from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m, which is what I usually do. I usually work like in 12-hour study thingies. So like if I'm going to start studying at 2 a.m, I'll finish at 2 p.m, which I don't usually do. It's usually like a 4 to 4 type situation, or like just start early so that you can also finish early. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you start at 8 a.m, by the time it's 8 p.m, like your brain does something to you that tricks you. Ooh, ciao. Your brain does something to you that like tricks you, and you're like, oh, I'm tired. So like just start earlier, so that by the time it's like 5 p.m, like you also think to yourself, oh wow, I'm done working already, and it's early, but like you've still worked 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? Here we go. Here's a very big and very important one. Guys, school is very stressful. If you're a very anxious person like me, and like, you know, you take things very seriously and very like, and like it's all just the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is take 1 week at a time. The biggest problem that we make is we see, okay, cool, term 1, and then we have our goals for term 1. But it's really overwhelming. Like if you're at the beginning of term 1 and here's the end, and now you're like looking into the future. So take 1 week at a time, plan for like the week. Because that way, so like when you make like your study schedule, don't plan and be like, create that whole month one where it's like every day from 7 till 6, I'm going to do, from 6 till 7, I'm going to do da 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 da. Instead, what you rather want to do is plan weekly. So be like, okay, cool, this week, what are my goals for this week? You're also more likely to achieve bigger things when you do that, because you can set smaller milestones each week, and those small milestones amount to a big milestone at the end. Whereas if you say, okay, cool, this term I want to achieve an aggregate of 80%, but then like, you know, it seems very far. By the time you get to like end of term and it's exam time, you're like, I've done so badly to the point where like, even if I do well in my exams, I can't achieve that 80%. But like every week, if you're like, okay, cool, this week's goal is to get 67 on this test, the next week goal is to get 72, next week's goal is to get 73, 74, 75. You keep building until like you get till the end. And also like, this also really helped me during COVID. This is like what I told myself during COVID, is that it's very easy to fall behind. I was the type of person that like didn't like doing my maths homework. And I really enjoyed maths. Maths was one of my favorite subjects, but I didn't like doing my maths homework for some reason, because I was like, anyways. So what I would usually do is like allow myself to fall behind for the whole week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then catch up. I don't recommend doing that, simply because like your brain is only able to take in so much information at one time that you don't want to overload it to the point where like it's useless. But what I'm saying is like at the end of the week, I would always keep myself checked. Okay, cool, it's Friday. Friday for me, I know everyone was like going out on Fridays and doing the most. Friday evenings for me was me sitting down with my laptop open, creating a plan for the weekend, being like, okay, cool. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up at 2 a.m. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna do this, to make sure that like you cover the work that you were supposed to do like during that current week, and then you're also planning for the next week and be like, hey, next week I have a project, but like I also have a basketball tournament. So like, let me be realistic with myself. Let me start this project now so that like I don't have to stress during the week. But anyways, that's all that I have for this video. I'm going to make like more in-depth things. So like, did I say? Shh, pretend you didn't hear that. I want to make a thing. So like the first point was where you sit in class matters. I'm going to make a whole video about that, and there's so on and so forth, and time management, and give you guys some like practical stuff that you can actually do. But yeah, it's been great. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I'm kind of enjoying this YouTube thing. Like yesterday, I was so nervous. I'm sure if you guys watched my videos from like yesterday, you guys are probably looking at it and be like, girl, is this the same you? What was going on yesterday? But I don't know. I feel a lot better today. I feel a lot more confident in front of the camera, which is a good thing. But we'll see each other in the next one. And thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel for more academic related content. Things are about to get very interesting and spicy on this channel. You guys are probably thinking, spicy academics, girl, you she a bit. But it's all good. We will see each other. Bye.